guys, it's Zamani. My business line is Z Art, and today I'll be going over my final design project.
AngelLaCiencia.
Now, my final design project is called Loose Ends, and it's pretty much just us bringing together everything that we've learned this school year and putting it into one final project. I'm doing this project digitally, which is new for my YouTube channel, but I've been trying to get into digital art a lot more recently, especially now that school has started. So if I can't properly record my process, then I'll try to walk you guys through with every checkpoint that I get to, just so that you guys are up to speed with me. That means I'm not going to tell you what I'm drawing either, because I was going to do that at first, but now I realize I probably shouldn't do that. Anyways, so our teacher told us that for this final project, the only, I guess, rule that we have is that we have to make it as if it's a collab with another artist. So he had us go through the art21.org website to find an artist, and the artist that I landed on is named Tala Mendani. She's an artist from Iran who's currently living in California. She creates art to bring humor to male and religious stereotypes. She kind of mocks toxic masculinity in a way that's cartoonish and slightly inappropriate. But she definitely starts in her sketchbook by putting down ideas that others might repress. And that is the part that I'm going to be playing on, is the ideas that others might repress. Now, what I am going to tell you guys is that I'm doing a picture based on the phrase, your eyes might deceive you, don't trust them. I think I just said that wrong. Your eyes deceive you, don't trust them. I think that quote is from Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't watch Star Wars. I just got that from the Boondocks. But I'm definitely going to do my best to make sure that I can mix in Tala Mendani's style with my style digitally. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be spectacular. Okay, if you don't know who Tala Mendani is, or if you're not familiar with her work, definitely go check it out. It's definitely really interesting. True, it drew me in before I actually knew deep into what her style was. Just looking at it in general, I was like, that's what I want to work with. Her right there. That's what I want to work with. So definitely go check out Tala Mendani. And without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into it. My laptop doesn't let me record photos, but here's some of the reference photos that I have that I had my roommate model for. Since I figured out how to screen record, I can now give you guys the rundown and my thought process behind this picture. So, I wanted it to look like the subject or the figure is taking their eyeball out of their face and cleaning it off, as a way to clean your vision so that you're able to now trust your eyes, because like I said, the phrase that I am interpreting is your eyes deceive you, don't trust them. So I'm just going through and warping the perspective, changing the position, elongating the arm, and making the apple a lot bigger, because the apple is what is going to stand in as our eyeball. Also, I learned in school something about the rule of thirds. When images line up on the first, second, or third mark of a picture, it's more appealing to the viewer's eye, which is why you saw the grid pop up for a second. That was me going through to align that. One thing I can say I'm proud of myself for while doing this picture is the swiftness and how I did the digital art. Now, there was a lot of stuff that I was doing where I was pretty much just like, skip it, we're gonna wing it, because I really did not know how to paint in Photoshop, and I had only ever painted in Photoshop in the previous tattoo video that you guys saw me post. Now, as weird as it is, your girl was struggling with doing the gradient again. If you have watched the wolf tattoo video, you'll see me do a gradient in that video, but for some reason I could not remember how to do it when it came to this one. Now I'm just going in and cleaning up the hands, taking out the jewelry, and trying to make the hand look a lot bigger so that it seems like it is still closer in perspective versus just being a big hand. I was struggling with this because, as you see, I'm color dropping a lot. I didn't know where some of the colors had to go. I was just winging it and trying to figure out how to blend along the way. I somehow lost the recording of me digitally doing the face, but when it came to the face, I definitely did the exact same thing, color dropping and putting them in the areas I thought they belonged. The problem is I used too much of one color in one area, not enough in another area, and so it just made the face look very muddy. And I pretty much just tried to clean it up as much as I could before going in to paint over top of it by hand. The reason I did this part digitally in the first place is because I thought it would eliminate a lot of the extra steps when it came to color theory and color matching by hand, but this probably made it a lot harder. It took a lot longer than it should have. Now that I've gone in by hand, I took a second to mix up some paint as close to the skin tone as I possibly could, and then I did a wash so that all the colors blended a lot smoother, especially with that part on the arm where it was really light and then transitions into being a lot darker. So that actually helps mute it out a lot, especially with the face. Now the eyeballs, y'all, I didn't know how to do it because I wanted to just do a black hole. I just wanted to make it look gory, and my teacher told me not to do that. So, yeah. Now, when it came to me adding a lot of effects onto the eyeball, that was because after I printed it out, I realized that the gradient of pink that I added wasn't showing up very well, and honestly, I just messed up. Like, all the smudges that were on there was because I tried to add a gradient with my finger and it just didn't go. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna run with it. And I started adding a lot more smudges and a lot more grossness to the eyeball. let's get into the little final wrap up. Let's go over my final presentation. Let's go over Talamadani, okay? We don't even have to go into Talamadani. I just wanted to address that I was saying her name wrong in the beginning of the video. It's not Mandani, it's Madani. Talammadani. Look her up. Her art's kind of funny to me. I like it. Anyways, so I did good on my final presentation. Not a lot of us presented that day because I presented early, so I didn't have to come to the final class. Your girl needed a break, all right? Just didn't want to go to the final class. But the only critique that the teacher, the only negative critique that he had for me is that the eye looked flat, which I agreed on that. So I'm not even thinking it's negative. A critique's a critique. But he just said to make the eye have a little bit more dimension. A few of the positive things that he said is that he couldn't even tell the difference from what was painted and what was digital art. Like, he was like, if you were to tell me that you did all of this digitally or that you painted all of this, I wouldn't have known the difference. Like, the part that I painted over, he couldn't tell. It kind of looked like I did all of it digital, which blew his mind of how, like, seamlessly I did that. And then also, he said it was a perfect blend of animation and realism. And I was like, I got an A on the assignment. Talk to him. Okay, anyways, let me pipe down. I aced all my finals, guys. Not too serious. Not too serious. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You have made it to the end of another Z Arts video. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to tell your friends. Also, check out the description box below for my website link and socials. Without further ado, hope you guys have a great day. Bye.